Hi everybody, so as the year is almost over, like in a week, I thought that inspired by another YouTuber called Abnormally Adam, I would talk about the K-pop scandals of 2013, and I have them all written down here and there's quite a few. When it comes to relationships and things like that, I don't really count it because relationships are not a scandal to me. So if you are wondering about the whole Chris thing and Tony and Hyeri breaking up this year, then I'm not really going to go into detail about that because I don't see relationships and such a scandal like I just said. So, and also these are not actually in any particular order. I just put them down as I remembered them, and so a couple from Guru Pop. If there's any more that you think I missed, I'm sorry. But anyway, let's get on because I've been talking too long. Anyway, so the first one, this actually happened at the top of the year, and it's been the one that was in my head first. It was Block B suing their company when they were back with Stardom. And as we all know, there have been some very big claims made by Block B that the company were not treating them right, and they weren't getting things that were stated to them in their contract, and they sued. And then obviously the boys lost that case, but then in the good outcome of it, they got signed over to 7 seasons and got the first win with Very Good, and that was amazing. So it went from bad to good. So congrats Block B, this year's been a mix for you. I hope next year's a bit better. But anyway, the next one, yeah, you know, it's the second one, the whole Daniel thing, if you don't remember, DMTN's Daniel has been in this whole scandal where he was selling weed, and as you all know, recently he has been put into prison for like a year for that. So if you're wondering why he was put in prison in the first place, it's because in South Korea they are very, very strict on drugs, and it is a big no-no, you shouldn't do it. And the fact that Daniel's originally from the States and was doing this in Korea when he knew how much shit he could get into, he really should have known better, if you know what I mean. Sorry if I pause a lot in this. Anyway, so yeah, he should have known better than not to do that because he's an idol. And I know people feel like that if you're an idol you shouldn't be a role model, but you really are. And the fact that he's done that is a lot of people's opinions has changed on him now from this. And I also feel like he shouldn't have appealed. Like, he's only gonna be in prison for a year, and a year is pretty much nothing really, prison sentence wise. So I think he should just stay in prison, do his time, and just get on with like getting back into DMTN and continuing with his career and learning from his mistakes. And I hope it all works out for Daniel when he eventually does. Right, the next one is RM leaving Tiara. This was not a surprise to me. As much as I like the Tiara girls, I don't understand ever why Hwayoung and RM were ever added to the group, because it just caused so much trouble. Like, it should have been kept as the original 6 girls. I have no idea what the hell Core Contents Media was even thinking, but there's talk of RM going solo. There's been no, like, official confirmation on that as yet, because it's Core Contents Media. They're the company that I strongly, strongly dislike the most. I'm not going to say the H word, because the H word being hate, by the way, is not going to be part of this for now. The next one is another girl. It's Nicole not re-signing with DSP. So if you know or not, the girl group Colour have announced that, well, DSP, their company, announced that Nicole did not re-sign her contract. And no one actually really knows what's going on with this, because apparently Nicole's like, I don't want to re-sign with DSP, I want to be with another company, but I still want to be in Colour. There is no freaking way that DSP is going to allow that. I don't personally think so. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. And also, there's one more of a member leaving, and you know who it is. It's Dongho when he left UKIS. You all saw that video I did where I started crying because I was really upset. Like, we knew something had been going on with him for ages. Something wasn't right. He'd barely been on Twitter, mainly because he didn't want to be on there. And he'd been absent from activities, and it felt like NH lied to the Kiss Me's a little bit about what Dongho was doing. Because they said he was either ill or working on a drama, but the real thing is he wanted out of his contract because he'd actually been in UKIS since he was about 14, 15 years old. So he's spent the past 5 years of his life in the group, and he was getting really unwell, he was really unhappy. And I think personally, I applaud him for leaving, because if his health was being compromised by being in the group, I don't want that for him. He'll always be our magnate, Kiss Me, don't ever forget that, but I never really wanted him to get so ill to that point. So I'm proud that he left. At the time, I was really upset, but looking back on it, it hurt at the time. You know when your favourite member leaves a group. And also another recent one, which isn't actually on here, apparently Sohee is not re-signing with JYP, so that could be confirming that the Wonder Girls are well and truly over, I think, because they're not re-signing. Well, Sohee isn't, but I don't know what's going on with that, which has kind of upset me as well, but we'll go into that later. The next one is the illegal gambling thing. Yes, I know you're going to be like, Catherine, why is this in here? Here is the thing. Shinhwa's Andy was a part of this ring, so it technically sort of partially counts as a scandal, because illegal gambling, also a big no-no in Korea. Or South Korea. I'm not sure about the North. But anyway, because of, like, the scandal, Andy, the other members of Shinhwa made an apology on Andy's behalf, because illegal gambling is bad, and it's sort of messed up the reputation of a group a little bit, knowing that a member is illegally gambling and all, and it's not good. And from the sounds of it, with everything that's going on in Shinhwa camp as it is right now, their TV show that they've had for like one season is probably getting cancelled. So that's happening, that's a thing. The next one I have on here is Tiara M4 and Chris Brown. Okay, I know, like, now RM's left, Danny will be joining Tiara M4, apparently. But why, in God's name, was Chris Brown ever involved? And how the hell does Danny know him? She must have some pretty tight connections somewhere, but how does... But working with Chris Brown, of all people, it was just disaster waiting to happen. It all blew up at the time, no one's heard anything about it since, so that was obviously a failure on Tiara M4's part. And personally, don't hate me for this, but I really did not like Countryside Life at all. I openly said this on the video, that You Beat was better, because it genuinely was, and someone thought I was trolling. Let me just tell you now, I was not trolling. Tiara M4, for me personally, I really didn't like it. And as a big UKIS fan, You Beat was just the best for me. But anyway, moving on. Baekhyun's brother's wedding. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is why I think something needs to be done about sasaengs now, because you can't just go breaking into a member's brother's wedding when they have spent so much money on it. And you could see from the crappy Nikon pictures how pissed Baekhyun was for all these fans gatecrashing his brother's wedding. And do you know what he said? He felt like he had shamed his family. A lot of people in the Western world, like here, won't understand that fully, but in most cases, out in Asia, any part of Asia, shaming your family is the worst thing you can physically do. So that's how he felt, and that just hurt. Oh, and there's another EXO thing on here. Tao's online rant. That was another thing, 'cause it's like, yeah, can't you stupid sasaengs see that you are annoying your favourite group. Seriously, stop. It's getting out of control with EXO. Well, sasaengs in general just need to step the hell back and reevaluate their situations and like, should I really be doing this? Because it's gonna get to a point where an idol or a sasaeng is gonna die. And that's the last thing anybody wants, and that's what I've always felt like. Nothing will change until either an idol or a sasaeng dies because of all this shit. Sorry, I've got a cough again. Okay, the next one is that adult actress's one night stand comment about Block B's Jae-hyo. I don't understand with this one why 7 Seasons took it so seriously. Because it's just like a comment about how she would do that with Jae-hyo, like she's had fantasies about it or something. In your mind, it's okay. If 7 Seasons are like so pissy about it, what are you gonna do? Sue everyone on Asian fanfics or something? If you think she's bad, go to Asian fanfics. There's smart fiction on there. Woohoo! That is something terrible sometimes. Right, the next one I've got down here is Seven going to the massage parlour when he was on jury duty. What happened with this was, Seven basically went to start his military service this year. For anyone who doesn't really understand, all Korean males, celebrity or not, have to do at least 2 years mandatory military service. And Seven decided to do his 2 years starting this year, so he started doing that, and then one night he went out with a load of the military seniors, and an undercover reporter caught them in a massage parlour, and it was a big scandal because he's on military service and shouldn't be there. He should be serving his country in the military, doing his duty. And that was why everyone got really annoyed about that. Like, really, Seven, really. And there was the other one, the Rain military thing. Rain did it as well, apparently. He was put on probation because apparently he was sneaking off to see his girlfriend a little bit too much. Like, really? Serving your country, Rain. Serving your country. And the next one, there's another one I've got about Yeonhyuk's Twitter being hacked and all them naked pictures getting put up. I think it was naked pictures. But yeah. Yeonhyuk, I think his Twitter was hacked, some naked pictures were posted, everyone's like, oh, and everyone just blatantly knew from the moment they saw the pictures, like, bro, you've been twaped. Do people still say twaped? Anyway. Right. The next one I've got is the Crayon Pop being liable for something. I can't remember if it was for Bar 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 or another one of their songs. Apparently they were facing some liable charges for it. Again, this is another one I don't really know what really happened. Another one I've got on here, because I'm almost at the end, is, this has been ongoing for like 4 years, is SM's mistreatment of FX. I know some people won't see this as a scandal, but the fact that they still don't have an official fan club name, their youngers are getting treated better than them in the company. They've had like one comeback this year. They've not had a solo concert yet. There's no official fan club colour either. It feels like SM really do not give a rat's ass about them. And it's like, seriously, SM, please, if you do not have any time for FX, move them to another company, to a company who will treat them with the respect they deserve. Because this cannot physically go on. You cannot keep this group in your company if you are not going to give them the time of day. The same goes for the Grace as well. And the last one, which you all know about, it's the naked pictures of Aille ending up on all K-pop, which, without a doubt, was the most disgusting thing of the year, because how dare they do that to Aille, because she's beautiful, very talented, and she did get removed from advertisements, but she did actually have a strong comeback from this and win a Melon Award. But the fact that all K-pop, who Ailey's ex works for, publicly put these pictures up really made me lose a lot of respect for that site, and I never really use them anymore. I'm like, soupy bitch. Anyway, and then with that, a lot of celebrities unfollowed Twitter, including Jay Park, Amber, Kevin Wu, and a few more, I think. I did Gina, because Gina and Aille are like this. So if one screws with the other, you're screwed. And yeah, but the biggest one of the year was the whole. And the fact that if you listen to the phone calls of the guy trying to sell the pictures to this other site, it's the ex. You can tell in the voice that it's the other manager guy and it's the ex. You can just tell. You can just really tell. If you just listen to it, if you listen to it carefully, you will just know. Okay, so that was my video of all the K-pop scandals of 2013. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye bye.